As someone living with dissociative identity or being plural, inner communication and cooperation has been so important for us to get safe, to stay safe, to function well. And some of the ways that we have inner cooperation or that we have worked to gain it is letting folks inside write to me, and then I write back, and having them tell me in that way, or by drawing, or by talking out loud to me so that there's no way that I can miss what they're saying. And they will also do that with a therapist or with someone who we are safe with, talking out loud and making sure that we can hear what they want us to hear. Some folks inside will also email me so that I don't forget whatever it is that they're saying to me. And then internally, we have things that help with inner communication, like we have loudspeakers throughout the system. And they don't go everywhere, but they go pretty far. And we have made sure that whenever we find someone in a locked room or an area where they are separated from everyone else, that we work on the memory and then help them get out so that they can be part of the system. We also make sure to ask, or I make sure to ask, when there are folks inside who are in a loop in the past, and so then they're not really communicating with us, or anyone else who isn't communicating. I ask them to look out through the eyes and to like go into the inner waiting room that for us is in the forehead, it feels like, to look out through the eyes, to listen through the ears, and to see present day, because that then helps them be more grounded and it allows them to then start talking to others more. I also have kids inside who want to communicate specific messages to others, like that we deserve to be treated with compassion or love or empathy, things like that, or whatever it is that they want to say. And so some of them have little pouches with butterflies, an endless stream that they will send out, maybe like sections at a time. And the butterflies whisper the phrase. And then I have a child who has stars that do the same thing. And I have wise women who do different things to help with communication too. And one thing they did was create like TV screens where folks inside who don't want to front and feel way farther away can still watch the outside world with a TV screen. And then they are more connected to everyone inside and we know what is happening. So it's like making sure that we're safe and not losing time, and making sure that everybody knows what's going on who wants to know. I also have some folks who only communicate by songs or by images, but I also am careful to pay attention because sometimes that is programming, and that's the way that they're telling me is through programming. And so then I want to work with them on that. We also end up having like a lot of sticky notes and notes all around, but then I forget to look at them often. But that can help us both with keeping track of things that we want to do, and sometimes it is communication with folks inside. I also have a child part inside who blows bubbles and uses those bubbles to help transport folks inside to lands that they might not otherwise go to, as long as there's like permission from other folks, so that there's not as many barriers. And then some folks do like teleportation or like riding on unicorns or sliding down rainbows to get from land to land, making sure that there is connection between them. And then there are some lands where there's not as much communication, but so then I try to work on it. And I also intentionally, especially when we are struggling and I can feel folks inside, um, when they've started to give me, like, say, a flash of a memory or whatever it is that they're wanting to say, or I can feel that we're stuck, I ask inside, like, is there anyone inside who wants to tell me something? Can you tell me? Can you tell me by writing, by drawing, by talking out loud, or just show me inside in the mind? And often they will. And to me, intercommunication and cooperation is so important because it is what helped us, like, say, remember who abused us and know that we had to cut off contact with them and get safe, even though it took so many years to get safe, and like repeating that process and not losing time anymore, which helped us to get safe and stay safe, and also to function better together. And I will still have folks sometimes take over the body, and not give me a choice. Like kids, when it's sort of like pranking me, but they're also delighting in like, I'm going to have chocolate, even though it's 9 o'clock and we should not be having chocolate at this point. I'm going to have it anyway, especially like hard times of year. But if I really pushed, I would have control back, or we would work together. I think they didn't like that I said control back. We would work together, and they do blend really strongly in my body now. We blend together and work together. But those are some of the ways that we communicate and function together.